Okay, so welcome to In the Kitchen with Jelly007.com and this Ninja Foodie 8 quart, by the way, which I'm normally cooking with a 6.5 quart. But tonight, we're going to cook this 4.97 or 4 pound 9 ounce, almost 10 ounce roast, New York strip in the 8 quart. And I'm going to use the diffuser and the air frying basket. I'm actually going to use this rack from the 6.5 quart because the 8 quart holds it another 1/2 inch high. And I've tested it already. This puts it pretty much right where I want it because we're going to do the same method I did before on the ribeye, the prime rib I called it. And I'm going to do as high as temp as it'll go, and I'm pretty sure that's 400. I'm 99% sure. I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to do air fry at 400 until it looks like what I want. And then I'm going to drop it to 350 degrees on the baked roast, just like I did on the other one. And it worked fantastic. One other thing we're going to be doing is this MEATER. Now this MEATER is something I bought for my green egg and all the other stuff I cook with, but it's a wireless thermometer. And it reads the temperature of the chamber and the internal temp of the meat. So I'll insert that. It'll be hanging out a little way, and it'll tell me what the temperature right here. It'll tell me what the temperature of this chamber is and what internal temp of the meat is. So I don't have to open and close the lid a bunch of times. So now I will say, you cannot use this under pressure. We're not going to do any pressure cooking tonight, but it says in the manual, and I'm sure you can't use that under a pressure cook. It's a very neat device though, because it connects to here, and then you can even watch from your phone as long as you're connected to something fairly close. I have found the Bluetooth signal on this is not that strong, so you need this sitting about this close. And I had a really neat stand for this, and I broke it tonight trying to do this. So I've got this propped up against a couple of my cutting boards. But anyhow, like I said, 4.9 or 4 pound 9 ounce ribeye roast on here in the air frying basket in the 8 quart. We're going to get that started, and I'll be right back. Y'all hang on. Okay, so right quick for the record, here is the MEATER, and as you can see, it's spelled like that. And there's what it's reading, 49 degrees internal temp. I've had it out of the refrigerator for a little while. I've got it probably probed to about right here, as best center I can get. I'm going to set this in here. I may have to adjust that a little bit, and it looks like I am, but it doesn't really matter. You can, as long as it's past a line they have on here, it's okay. You just don't want it sticking out too far in the into the chamber air, because this is where it's reading your chamber. So either way, I'm going to get this right here, set in here. We're going to watch these temps right here. And as a matter of fact, there's your ambient right now. That's the chamber or ambient. There's the internal temp. So I'll be right back. I'm going to get this in here. I may have to adjust and fidget that a little bit. And we're going to get it in that Ninja. We're going to see what happens. Be right back. Okay, so here we go. I've got the roast in the air fry pot. There is the temperature probe. I'm going to back it out just a little bit because I had to shove it in a little bit. It's probably about right here, so that doesn't matter. You can see the temps over here. So now all we have to do, close this lid. We're going to do air crisp at 400 degrees. I'm going to let it run at 20 minutes because I'm going to watch it, because all I'm looking for is, like I did on the ribeye, just to see how it looks. I want it to get, crispy on the outside, or browned, or I want it to get seared, or whatever you want to say. I just want that fat to start frying up a little bit. But we're off and running, so we can start watching these temps. Now this will come back in a minute. The ambient will, when it starts reaching a temperature. It doesn't activate for some reason. I don't really know why until it's at a certain temperature. So I'll come back in a minute. We're going to watch them. All we got to do is watch, because we don't have to raise the lid again. That's the neat thing about that Bluetooth wireless MEATER. It really is a pretty neat device. So Yeah, we're gonna see how the ribeye, I'm sorry, the New York strip is too in just a minute. Be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at it at around 10 minutes. And you can see it doesn't look bad. In fact, that might be pretty close. Now we'll say it's throwing a little smoke every once in a while, so I'm not sure the smoke alarms aren't going to go off. I'm going to let it run just a minute longer. You can see we're at somewhere around 268, or I don't know where it was at before I opened that lid, so it may have been 275 or so. Still 49 in the meat though. So anyhow, we're going to let it run just a few more minutes, and I'm going to probably take that basket out and lower it to the bottom, and then we'll do the 350 degree. And I will say, it is smoking a little bit. I don't know if I'm too close to that element, but I got some smoke. But either way, there you go. Okay, so we're coming up on the 15-minute mark. You can see we're at 303 ambient, which is the chamber. Even though it says 400, that's what it's around the roast, and 51 internal. We came up a little bit. So the thing is, it's pretty close to that element, and I think fat splattering up every once in a while, making smoke. So, you might want to reconsider putting that rack under there, and that's what I'm fixing to do right now. Is I'm going to shut it down when we open it. I'm going to look at it. I got a feeling it's going to be where I want it to be, and I'm going to remove that rack. But let's take a look at it, and that looks excellent. There's nothing wrong with that, but you can see the smoke coming off a little bit. So it's pretty warm in there, and it's fairly close. You know what? I'm not sure. Well, right there is you might can see the element. I think that's what's happening. It's just splattering off that fat cap. So, consider whether you want to use that rack or not. It seems to be doing a fantastic job with it, and I think it would do just as good without it. So either way, there you go. Okay, so I've kind of got a bad feeling about this. I got a feeling I'm going to make a mess, but I'm going to set this out, and now I'm going to remove this, and all I'm going to do is set this, well, when I get it out of here, right back in here. So all I did was remove the rack, got it away from that element a little bit. Two reasons. One, it was causing a little issue with the smoke, the fat sprinkling or splattering up on it. And I've already got it to where I want it. I'm going to stop that 400 degree cook. I'm going to go to bake roast. I'm going to take it to 350. And I'm going to say, we'll just run it on up. It's going to take a while, I have a feeling. So, whoops, I didn't mean to go that far. We'll go an hour. How about that? It doesn't really matter. I'm going to stand here and watch it. So, there's 59 minutes. We're good with that. We're rolling. Our temps are at 53 internal. Let's see if you can make sure you can see this. Our temps are at 53 internal and 176, which that doesn't matter because I just had it out of the chamber. So, we'll watch it and see how it does in just a minute, and I'll be right back. Hang on. Okay, so I just want to kind of touch on it at the 30-minute mark. We're at 280 ambient, set for 350, and we're at 83 degrees internal. Looks like everything's going good. Well, I guess we could peek at it if we want to. Let's do. And it looks excellent. I don't see anything wrong with it. So, that's where we're at. 84 internal. We're looking for, 125 or so. So, we're going to let it go. And I'm telling you, I'm cooking this. I'm going to eat some of it tonight, but I'm also going to, most of it's going to be for sandwiches. We're going to slice it for sandwiches. So anyhow, that's the 30-minute mark. I'll be back when it gets to a better temp or at the end of that 30. Okay, so we're coming up on the 59-minute, actually I would say an hour. We're at 123, 292 ambient, and it's in the cool down. So I'm at almost is perfect at 1 hour after we did the air fry. So let's see what it looks like. It looks excellent. It really does. It's sizzling. So let's see what it looks like after we let it rest for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna pull it out of there, get it on a plate. We'll let it rest for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna cut it, or maybe 10 minutes. But anyhow, I'll be right back. I do want you to hear that. Listen to that. It's sizzling. That's gonna be good. Okay, so I guess I've turned this into some kind of a test because I wanted to see how high the carryover would go from 123. We're at 147, so I mean, it's a great looking roast, and I pulled it at, you saw it, at 123. So I'm still waiting just a minute to see, but we're about to slice it. But you can see this is a good looking roast, and it's going to make great sandwiches tomorrow. I'm going to slice me off of probably about right there tonight, about a 3/4 of an inch. So we're gonna let it. I'm gonna let it go. I just want to let you know where I'm at. The reason I haven't cut it. And I'm at about, I don't know, 15, 18 minutes right now. And we're at 147. When it starts going down, I'm going to cut it. So, be right back when it starts going down. Okay, I'm kind of going to be done with my test. It went to 149 from 123 when I pulled it out of there. So, I mean, I ain't got to tell you, that's 26 degrees. I think, if I did that math right. So, we're going to cut this. Now, you can see there's the meter, and it seems to have done its job as it should have. So I'm going to pull it out where I won't hit it with a knife. And then we're going to turn it around to this side, and I'm going to just slice a little bit off the front, which is sounded excellent. It's got a good crispy front. And I'm going to cut what I want to eat tonight. And I'm going to show y'all what it looks like in the middle. And there it is. Let's see if y'all can see it real well. But I think that is, I really do think that's pulled at 123 and then allowed to rest for probably 25 or 30 minutes. So, I mean, if you had went ahead and cut it, I just wanted to see how far it would go. And it went way further than I thought. But there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm sure you'll agree with that. Now, you could have cut it sooner than I did, or pulled it sooner than I did, but 123 is pretty low. And that was after, I think it was 20 minutes or so of air frying, and I'll have to look back on the video, and then an hour of 350 degrees. So, I mean, you know, it's not a quick, and it's not quick, but it works, and it does it, and that's a good looking piece of meat. And again, I probably could have pulled it a little earlier, and it would have been way redder in the middle, but there's nothing, if you think something wrong with that, I mean, I just don't know. That's a good looking, all that looks good. So, anyhow, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to fix me a plate, I'm going to taste that just because I can, and I'm starving. So, I'll be right back. We're going to put some salt on that and cut it up a little bit, and I'm going to make sure it tastes good. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just wanted you to see, while I'm sitting here, I poured some of that juice off on this plate onto that steak, and that is going to be an excellent meal, I guarantee you. Now, I'm going to put this into a bowl because I really didn't cook it for tonight, and I probably shouldn't have cut as much as I did, but it won't hurt anything. I'll eat that, maybe steak and eggs, and then we're going to slice it tomorrow and have sandwiches. We have people coming tomorrow that helping us do stuff, and we're going to slice this up and make sandwiches out of it. I'm going to pour all that juice into whatever I put that into. So I did use a little bit of it tonight because that is, to me, the au jus is the thing to go with. So it makes a steak great. You don't need a steak sauce. You need some salt and pepper maybe, and that's it. So I'm fixing to sit down. I'm going to have a bite of this, and I'll get back with y'all in just a second. So y'all hang on. So I have put some of my special flake salt on it, and I've already tasted it. Hang on. I mean, it worked out. It worked great. It's a good piece. It's a great way to cook a steak or a roast, a New York strip roast. Easy, you know, and if you use the meter like I did, I mean, that's up to you. You can do it a lot of different ways. You can just open the lid and temp it like I did on that ribeye, and it works great that way too. But this way I didn't have to raise the lid. I don't know if that meant a lot, but it didn't hurt, you know. And you won't be, I think, cooking a New York strip or a ribeye or anything, sometimes in a roast, I think it comes out better. I mean, you get different levels of doneness all through it, and I think sometimes it's just it's a good way to cook it's a good way to cook a piece of steak or a steak. So I'm not going to put that piece of meat in my mouth because I wouldn't be able to talk to y'all anymore. Take my word, I already ate some of it. It's great. The Ninja Foodie is probably the neatest thing that's hit the market in a long, long time. The Instant Pot, nothing wrong with it. I'm telling you, in the beginning I said it was the greatest thing since the microwave, and it is. A pressure cooker in the kitchen that's safe to use, and like the Ninja Foodie or the Instant Pot, it is the greatest thing since the microwave. People just don't. You know, a lot of people haven't accepted it yet. You can do so many things in it, and now they're making them where you don't even have to use a pressure. I didn't use it here. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just saying that the Foodie now, and stepping off from the Instant Pot, the Foodie has it acts as an oven. So I mean, if you don't want to pressure cook, you know, do this. But you know what? I wouldn't buy it if I wasn't going to pressure cook. That's an 8-quart. It was $288. I know I paid for it. So I'm way off in the weeds, as my son says. It'll do it all. It's a great device. Nobody's paying me to say it. It just does what I am excited about, and I think you would be too. If you use one, I mean, it's fun. It is a little bit fun. You know, you can do a lot of things different than you've ever done. I'm making this video long, and I'm fixing to eat this steak because I'm hungry. So, the Ninja Foodie and this meter, that's just kind of a gimmicky thing. It's not gimmicky. It works great. I use it on my green egg. It's a Bluetooth device. They're not paying me to. I bought that. I paid for it. Nobody's paying me to say this either. I mean, it's just the neatest thing that's came along in a long time, and it's a wireless device that charges it. It will send a signal to your phone or your tablet to where it tells you what temperature your meat or whatever is. So I thought I'd throw that in tonight because it worked in the Foodie. It won't work if you put it under pressure. It won't work long. It'll work till you put up the pressure, then it'll shut down. But anyhow, thank you very much for watching my videos. I love y'all all. I really do. I'm blown away. I say this all the time by the people that are watching my videos. And thank you very much. Please come back to see me. Like, share, subscribe, all the above. Tell your friends. Call everybody you know. Say, hey, go check out Jelly 007. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.